All right, we are here. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. The culture, welcome back to us. Tonight we're discussing Andre 3000. I know. Why are we doing that? Well, we had a debate in the group, and first, let me just say this before I introduce all the brilliant co-hosts here. Andre 3000 is the member of Outkast. For some of the people out there who don't know who he is,
You tried it. You tried it.
he was the other one. He's the other one. The way you haven't seen in a while. Dope lyricist, one of the best I've heard for some time. Outkast, such a legendary group. So tonight is not about necessarily the talent level of Andre 3000. For those that do know him, well, Erica's the only person who probably disagrees with that. But Andre 3000 is, again, incredibly dope. I can name 20 different songs and features that I've loved about him. The question that I'm posing that's been thrown around is if Andre 3000 is one of the best MCs to do it. Like, is he on the top 10 greatest MCs to do it list? I disagree if he will be there without Big Boi, and we're going to get into that later, but, we're going to get into everybody's perspectives. Everybody doesn't feel the same way I do, which is why we have this show to kind of hash it out in debate. So, let me shout out the greatest co-host in the planet. Deshaun, say what's up to the people, man.
Take that. What's going on? You know what it is. 916-3500, BMOC, the culture. We here. This is one of the most highly anticipated episodes. So we charging. Just look at the bottom right of your screen. You can click on the link and pay 99 cents for the episode. It's all free, man. Let's get into it. I'm excited. And don't listen to what these people have to say. Primarily if they're wearing a lot of red or have a really thick beard with a southern accent, you gotta be careful what these people say.
So guys, this is a bottle of Polo Cologne. Right? This is red. I don't know what Blast has on. Blast! Never something Blast, what's up?
The color is crimson.
The
color is crimson, and it's good to be back. I haven't been here in a while, but Andre brought me out of retirement. It's the return of the gangster.
Shout out to those Deltas that were that real crimson. Hey, Delta, stop. Erica, say what's up to the people, Erica.
What's up, everybody? It's the youngin', the young OG. It's E. I'm here. Hope on Palm Sunday. I hope everybody got their palms. You know what I mean? I got mine.
You know what your mom said. If you don't got nothing nice to say Nathan. I don't talk much. Okay. Chad, say what's up to the people, Chad.
What's up, everybody? It's Chad, the People's Champ, and we here to get it bracking today. Talking about Andre 3000, the Southern Jay-Z, the real king of the South. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, this guy.
And shout out to the Spurs.
Got
that win last night.
Yeah, shout out to them. Drew, say to the people, Drew.
What's going on, world? I've been listening to so much Outkast the last couple of days. I'm starting to feel weird. So let's do it.
Welcome, enjoy it, embrace it.
I'm trying to listen to Nas and Fabulous again, man. I'm starting to feel weird listening to all this Outkast.
So you can hear da-da-da-da.
No, not that.
No.
The soul tape Fabulous. The soul tape Fabulous.
Well, Fab has 8 mixtapes and like 6 albums. You know what I mean? But whatever. All right. So let's get into this thing. All right. So besides Erica, the debate tonight isn't if Andre 3000 is he nice? Does he have skill? We clearly know that. Listen to the rhymes. We know he's nice. He's been nice for a very long time. However, I feel personally he may be overrated because of the mystique. Because he goes away for 5 or 6 months and comes back with a credible verse about 16 ain't enough, even though 16's kind of made his whole career, because all he had was 16s. The Big Boi also had a 16 and had a hook, but whatever. And he comes back with a verse with Jeezy, and then goes away, back in a spaceship, and he's on some other song. It's like, oh, wow, he's back. Yay, we missed him. He's great. Oh, wow, he can rap. Great, he still remembers. Great. And then he leaves with no solo album, no songs ever besides the one level below, where he's rapping for 3 verses straight to continue to prove his greatness. It's been like a jump here and a jump here. No, we're just happy that he can just rhyme again and break especially with his presence. But we don't know if he can carry a whole album. We don't know if he can carry a whole song. So How can I put him above Jay-Z, above Nas, above Raekwon, Ghostface, Biggie, Pun, cats who have shown us consistently that they can have bars, can hold their own weight, and do features, and be in groups, and do stuff for a long period of time. But we give a guy who left the game to do 3.5 movies, 2 of them he plays himself, 1 was with Idlewild, and no album. So is he scared? Is he with me in London? Is he living next door? Like what's going on? And he's dope. But top 10? Are you kidding me? Let's go to it. Blast. Talk to me. What's up?
One,
up tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
how can you discredit someone because they're part of a group? Like, I will put his bars up against anyone. Like, he carries songs. You know why Big Boi is underrated? Because Andre 3000 is so nice. That's why Big Boi is underrated. Like,
or because overrated.
Because what?
I said, or because Andre might be overrated. That's why he's underrated. But
I can't wait.
I just don't think he should be penalized just because he's in a group. Like, he's brilliant.
That's what we agree. I thought we shouldn't penalize him, but I shouldn't put him on a pedestal either because he was like the more eccentric one because he wore like a wig and he's like okay, he's dope, but Big Boi is. I mean, there's some songs where Big Boi had better verses.
A lot of songs.
A lot of them. A lot of them.
Maybe like seven. Maybe.
Miss Jackson. I'm the one who disconnected the label and turned the like the whole thing. Like this is a baby, not a paycheck. I paid that. The flow. I'm like, Big Boi was kept for 2 whole verses. What do you like? That's their biggest song. Big Boi had the better verses.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day, Walter.
Come on, so now you playing Big Boi. This is what I'm talking about.
Big Boi is nice, but Big Boi does not have anything on 3 stacks. Big Boi's nice. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a Cavs fan. Big Boi is super nice.
Sound like you
the son of Chico Dusty.
Andre fan.
I'm a huge Andre fan. And I will go to bat for my boy because like the boy's nice.
Oh my God.
I'll compromise because of Blast. I'll say this. Maybe we're talking about 2 different lists. You know, it's a lyricist list and it's a legendary list. Now, Andre 3000 is definitely on the lyricist list. I did my research. I listened to the playlist, Blast. I listened to it. He's definitely on the lyricist list. But he's not by himself on that legendary list. He's Outkast on that legendary list. He's Outkast. It's not Andre on that legendary list. It's Outkast.
When you say legendary, I mean, what are you talking about? Are we talking about legendary MCs?
Yeah,
yes.
MCs.
Yes, legendary MCs. If you make a top 10 list and Andre somehow is on that list,
he should be behind
Lawrence with Big Boi. He has to be with Big Boi. He has to be.
He does not.
No, when you talk about legendary, I mean, I don't know what the criteria is for that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
The top 10 MCs, like MCs, he's definitely on that list.
Yeah, for being a lyricist, for rapping.
No, for being an MC, lyricist. Being a lyricist is one part of being an MC. Andre 3000 is the total package.
No, he's good at rapping.
Okay, Eric, hold on. Eric, I'm gonna get you on a second. I'm gonna get there by a second. Chad, please explain to me how Andre 3000 is the total package, please.
How he's okay? I mean, from being an MC, he has influence. His catalog, Outkast's catalog speaks for itself. He held that down.
No.
You cannot separate the two. You cannot separate the two.
You gotta understand my question. I said, how is Andre 3000? How does he have the total package? Him. How does he have the total package?
Isn't he a part of the group? Like Maurice White is legendary, right? He's a part of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I'm done.
You cannot separate the two. You can't.
LL Cool J. LL is a legendary MC, but he's not a great lyricist.
You
not
have
a top
to
10
separate the two.
LL Cool J can't hold Andre's jockstrap, man.
But
As far as bars go.
Oh my
As far as bars go.
lyrically,
God.
I
exactly.
crush you like a jelly bean. I'm bad. That ain't spitting.
So,
Lyrically,
okay,
you can't.
I base my legends off of their lyrical ability.
this is my
I'm
thing.
sorry, wait, blast up to blast, what you say?
Like I base my legendary MCs like off of lyrical ability because that's the most important thing to me.
But no,
Hence,
okay,
my top 10.
okay, that's cool. That may be the most important, but is that the only thing we're considering here? It's just lyricism. We're not considering body of work. We're not
You can
considering
take his body of work.
things he did outside of the group.
You can take all his features. You can take all
You
of it.
cannot take all his features. You cannot take all his features.
If his list is solely based on lyrics, if his list is solely based on lyricism, then you can use features. Like if he doesn't count complete projects or all the things Walter talked about, if that's blast criteria, if it's just bars, then that's his list, and it makes more sense to have Andre on that list. I'd like to hear 2 or 3 other people that are in that top 5 for you to make sure it's consistent. But if that's your criteria, then it makes more sense.
You want to hear my top 5, Deshaunus?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Nas, Hove, Biggie, 3 Stacks, M.
Where's Big Boi?
Where he should be in the 10 through 25 range. Others receiving votes.
Oh my God, this is getting disrespectful. This is getting okay.
It's
Okay,
not
okay,
disrespectful.
Okay, hold up. Nas, hold on. You said Nas, which I agree with. Nas, I agree with. Nas is the MC's MC. He's been in the game for a long time, longevity. He has 3 almost classic albums. You say 3. 3, when I would say almost. I would say 3 classic albums. So people would debate.
3 classics, solid.
Cool. Well, people debate it was written, but I'll let it fly, whatever. Jay-Z, I mean, talk about consistency. I mean, how many summers has he held us down? What, 10, 11 summers?
Jay-Z's not always been consistent. Like, people, like, give him passes on Volume 1, Volume 3. Like, he hasn't...
Wait a minute.
I got it. I got it. No, I got it.
Remember Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come. That was hot garbage.
Okay, remember Kingdom None by Ozzy 3000. Remember that one. Like, you compare, okay, Jay-Z has more features than Andre 3000, and Jay-Z has solo more. Like, what are we talking about? Biggie, you talking about Biggie.
That's not fair.
You talking about
That's
Biggie
not fair, Walter.
Smalls.
Outkast got 4 classics.
Hold on.
Outkast got 4 classics.
Andre and Big Boi have 4 classics. Now Andre 3000. Andre guys has no classics. No classics
that's
at
not
all.
fair. That's not fair about the Jay-Z features part because like back in the day he used to like what Drake is doing now. That's what Hope did back in the day, just hopping on everybody to stay relevant. So that's not like.
But Jay-Z has albums.
Okay, so this is my problem. So we're gonna handicap every other MC in history. That's what we're doing? Like the whole discussion between Andre and Big Pun. Oh, we can't say solo albums because I doesn't have any. So now we have to go to lyricism. Okay, well the lyricism, Pun still wins. What are we talking about?
Where's the rule that says like you have to have a solo album to be legendary? Like who? Show me the criteria. Like,
every single contract.
The reason why, you look at that one list that came out that had even. I mean, it was a debatable list that had Ghostface in the top 10. Other people who think Ghostface might be one of the greatest rappers of all time. It's not based on, I mean, what he did in Wu-Tang Clan is part of it. But without Iron Man, without Supreme Clientele, without Bulletproof Wallets, he has no place there. And then the weird thing to me about Andre is, excluding maybe Run DMC, every rap group, one or 2 or more of the members of the group want to go solo just to spread their wings and do something away from the group to show what they bring to it and be able to have their own creative energy when they go and make their records. So whether it's Prodigy, Jadakiss, everybody in Wu-Tang.
Even Red Run. Even Red Run had a solo album.
Yeah, it was trash, though.
Matt, Raekwon, Ghost, Jizza,
Pusha T,
Q-Tip, Pusha T, like.
That's because Malice found the Lord.
And Malice had a solo album too.
The list goes on. So to me,
Phife Dawg never released a solo album.
He dropped 10. But don't dilute what that man. Go ahead, Drew. Don't dilute what that man is saying. Let that man free.
No, but Q-Tip did. So I mean,
Big Boi did. I mean,
Big
come
Boi, yeah,
on, like,
that's what I'm saying. Like exactly. So it's to me, it's weird that somebody who is talented as Andre, who seems like a person who's very creative and has a lot of ideas and different things like that won't put that out there. And then so to me, it's hard to put him out there, put them with those other artists like Nas or Eminem, who have so many albums, multiple classics, tons of great solo verses
by themselves.
And to me, it's just weird to put you in there and you got an album where you're singing all of it and you have 2 songs in one verse and then 1 song at the very end where you. And even the song, what's the song, The Day of Andre, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Like, even that wasn't even super crazy. Like, he has other verses that are way better than that shit. Like, that wasn't even crazy like that. To me, the best verse on that album was this Valentine's Day joint. Like, like, everything, like, he has other verses that are way better. So even what he gave you on Love Below wasn't even that crazy. So I can't put you with. You're not better than Eminem, dog. You ain't
it's
no
like,
albums.
you know what it feels like? It feels like when, like, let's say somebody had twins. Like, I know people who have twins, right? Like, how would you say one of the twins is better than the other twin? They're both twins. Like, it's like they haven't done anything outside of themselves to prove. Like, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, they both played Michelle on Full House, right? I can't say one day, Mary-Kate was the best actress of it. Like, they both were together. Like, they didn't do anything separate. Like, they did everything together. Like you can say Tia Tamara, or like Tia because she did the game, or Tamara, whichever one of them did the game. One of them did the TV show. Tia, and Tamara's doing the real. You say, I like one because they both did different things and they were together. With Mary-Kate and Ashley, I can't say that. That's what Outkast is to me. Oh, I'm sorry, no, there aren't.
Nah, that's an asinine.
Because Big Boi stuck with the culture and holding down hip hop. Andre 3000 said, F us, let me get the movie checks. Movie checks ain't come in like that. So he drops a 16 every now and again. You know what I mean? We love him. We love him for it.
The man is grown. He can release one.
I dare say that Andre 3000 needs somebody else on the record to bounce off of. I dare say maybe he can't make something by himself.
He made the Love Below.
The Love Below where he was
not by himself.
It still wasn't by himself.
First of all, Love Below was not by himself, number one, because he released it with Big Boi's album. Coincidence? I think not. Number 2, he wasn't rapping the whole time, so you can't use that as the correct. You can't use it.
Does Drake rap the whole time? I mean, come on, man. Does Drake rap the whole time?
Oh, Drake! You mean the person who's killing albums? He's 4 or 5 albums deep with mixtapes. You mean that Drake? Who also can act? Who also was in a group? Who's also been doing his thing?
Who also has songs where he's rapping by himself?
Right. So what it boils down to, honestly, it feels like are 3 things. One, there's this conversation about how the whole dynamic of Outkast was. Right. Most people will agree, I posted in the group, that Big Boi was really nice. And it's not until people want to cape for Andre's status is that they start to separate it a lot more. He's unique, and I always say it's kind of like Derek Jeter and A-Rod. Like, they're kind of both consistent, and then Andre hits a home run more often. You're like, okay, I can see where that cat can be special. But it's not like a large distance like to what my boy Lloyd Banks was doing, a young buck on the G. It's not that kind of distance. It's a lot closer to Pusha T and Malice where they going back and forth. You're like, man, both of these guys are nice. And Pusha will say some things and show some pizzazz where it's like, man, he got a lot more flavor to him, but it ain't necessarily that the content is always crazier. So it's that thing. And then number 2,
the content is different too, though. So it's all depending on what you like. Because Big Boi talks about the streets, Drake doesn't.
Because when I listen to because I'm not a big Outkast fan, and I've skimmed through their catalog throughout the years.
Thank you so much. I thought I was the only one.
No, I
mean, I didn't agree with that.
That's not a positive thing not to be an Outkast fan.
I'm a big Outkast fan.
Everybody doesn't love everybody, though. I mean,
that's like me saying I don't like 40 because I'm on the West Coast.
It's not about this. It's nothing to do with the South. Nothing to do with none of that. They just not. That's not what I want to listen to. Like, so but they have a lot of. I'll never try to play them out of pocket like they're not, dope. I mean, yeah, I can see the talent. I see why people like them. They're just not necessarily what I want to hear all the time. So, but one thing, when I really started listening to Outkast more, I was surprised at how dope Big Boi was. I thought he was really just getting washed every verse by the way people talk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm listening, I'm like, nah, Big Boi's nice. So, that was surprising to me. And that was one thing that really.
Well, that's my question. I'm trying to figure out because I counted Outkast. I want to say, wasn't the first one? Maybe it was the second album I got caught up with them. Because I was really heavy on the New York East Coast stuff, and I got more into Outkast, get at the second album. And so I think it was maybe around. Boys. Huh?
The one with two dope boys?
I don't know.
ATLians.
It's my favorite album of the
maybe ATLians, yeah. So I think it was around maybe I want to say maybe maybe it was like the late 90s where I started hearing stuff, right? I think it was Eminem that said something. I don't know if it was like the last name of all the MCs.
Pac and Biggie, Andre from Outkast, Jada.
Yeah. And he said Andre from Outkast. I was like, that's interesting. Why would he just solo them out? And then T.I. had a verse on, I think it was one of the Paper Trail joints, and he said Andre too, but he didn't say Big Boi. I was like, that was the second time. I was like, where did this come from? Like, where did this separation come from?
And Jay on Jay on Star Is Born.
Yeah, he said, I'm just like, I'm right. So I'm like, what was the conversation? Because there's always conversations, conversation to put Jay in and Biggie in and Tupac. There's always these conversations. So I must have missed the one where we completely just took Andre and plucked him from a group and put him on a list of MCs who had a strong solo work. Like, it's mind-boggling. Like, Outkast, to me, is one of my favorite groups.
Yeah.
Outside of my favorite, if I were to say the greatest groups, you gotta put them top 10. I've said on the post, probably even top 5. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the overall hip hop game, I give them that. They're nice, they're dope. Love Andre, love Big Boi. I think it's heavily problematic to pluck him from the group. He's the special kid, he's the special one, and put him on a list of MCs that have proven themselves time and time again to do features and kill it solo-wise.
But this is the thing, though. Well, I'm sorry, Sean. There's one thing real quick, though. But to kind of play devil's advocate a little bit, like I look at the locks. Everybody, even some from the jump, it was Jadakiss. Now, if you listen to the Locks albums and you listen to them together, Styles be going with Kiss a lot.
Absolutely.
And people even on that song, he said Jada Corrupt. Now he said Jadakiss. He left Styles out.
Yeah.
And Styles gets busy. You know what I'm saying? So people always, whether even outside of hip hop, whether you want to push Diana Ross in front of the Supremes or whoever
Beyonce from
exactly. It's always somebody who gets pushed out in front and somebody who kind of sticks out. Because Kiss is the best in the Locks, but Styles be with them.
I agree. But this is the problem. When those arguments were made, what did they do? They made solo albums to back it up. Because if you made an argument about Jadakiss, which I guess where you were going with it, about Jadakiss has provided us 3 solo albums, 4 solo albums, and mixtapes and bars and features in the group. Jadakiss has done more in his career as an artist-wise than Andre 3000. So if you want to make that argument, I can say, okay, see that Locks verse? He was the best. You see his solo albums? He was the best in that class. You can make those arguments. Different eras, different styles, different production. But Andre, every highlight he's had has been with someone else.
Yeah.
It's always with someone else. Go ahead, Shauna.
Here's an issue, too, when you proclaim him. In each category, you can always compare somebody and he can kind of be touched, right? So if you put him in the individual category, it's like, okay, even if you love The Love Below, which I don't, but even if you think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, a lot of people do. Like, so even if you want to call that classic, now you're going to take all these other MCs and say, okay, all you got to do is have one classic to match Andre. Now it's about the other projects, and my other projects don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm, if I'm Nas and I got one classic, you got one classic, so my other 4 don't matter. Even if I'm somebody local, if I'm Kendrick Lamar, I have good Kid Nas. You have The Love Below, and yes, you influenced my style. But now, are you so much better than me lyrically to where To Pimp a Butterfly doesn't matter? Like, we just both got one album and it's okay? Like, it's so hard to make an argument for him as a solo artist, even in a group. Okay, so now if I'm a part of a popular group, say NWA, but I got America's Most Wanted in 3 other albums, so now you're just better than Cube. We both got group work, but my solo work is so much more. Like, it's so many different avenues to where it's hard to separate him. Ghostface is in there.
We can go on and on and on. Andre literally is the nicest person in a group to never have any solo work to show for. Like, he's the one. Even I mentioned Rev Run as well, not.
But that's the only.
Even he has little albums. Listen, it may not have been good. It may not have been good, but he tried it. Andre 3000 has not tried it.
That's the only knock on Andre. That's the only knock. Y'all just taking that and running with it. So what? He never produced a solo album. Look what he has done. Look at what he has done.
Why that's the most important knock is this. Like, I cite the most recent person for me is like 50 Cent. Like, we look at Biggie, and he got 2 albums in that were incredible, and it looks like he was going to ascend. 50 got 2 albums in that were incredible, and all of a sudden a lot of bad. Like, when you don't put the material out, you're always going to look perfect. It's important to drop albums so we know your consistency. It's easy to pluck away the volumes because Jay-Z let us do that for 20 years. It's easy to pluck away stuff. If you don't drop them, we can't compare you to the guys that made themselves vulnerable and put it out there. If you're not putting out albums or product, you're gonna look flawless because you only gotta write a certain amount of verses, bro. It's important. Every rapper has fallen off at some period of time. Nobody's been flawless. We don't know how low Andre would have fell down because he didn't even put himself out there, so it's not fair to nobody else.
You get mad at that man for protecting his brand? That makes no sense.
Wait, what are you saying?
Well, how you can get mad at that man for protecting his brand? If you don't want to put out music, you don't want to put out music. Now,
what brand?
What? No. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Let's discuss this. Blast. What brand is Andre 3000 protecting at this point? What is he protecting?
Honestly, now I just don't think his heart's in it. I think he just like to play spoon feed people. Like, I give you that now. Like, he doesn't care. Like, I think when he finds something he can relate to, he'll jump on it.
Deadbeat dad. He's like the deadbeat dad of hip hop. It's like he left us with something better, and it comes back around. Oh, we're happy. It's birthday time. Here's some money, and then he goes away again.
It really wasn't even nothing better because what movie did he leave us with that was so spectacular? Even that Jimi Hendrix, I heard that movie wasn't that good.
4 Brothers like the best one I've seen from him.
Idlewild wasn't that good.
What's that? He done that once on ABC.
He went away to play Jimi Hendrix. We still haven't seen the movie.
It's on Netflix.
It's pretty terrible.
It's on Netflix.
Wait, who's gonna be the Medici family? Who's gonna be the Medici family and 500 the Great War? We're gonna marginalize him so he's out of his moment.
I got a question for Chad though. All right, so
I gotta tell the truth, man.
Chad, you a big Wu-Tang fan, right?
No doubt.
So would Ghostface be the same to you if he didn't have none of his solo albums? You'd be like, he's good enough to be a top, one of the greatest MCs of all time.
Don't lie to Chad.
36 Chambers, and based on Wu-Tang Forever, and based on the W and that. Would Ghostface be one of the best MCs of all time to people if he didn't put out Spring Clientele or Iron Man?
Chad gonna say yes.
Okay, Ghostface situation's a little different. Please let me explain.
Go ahead.
Please let me explain. At Outkast, you have a 2-man group versus Wu-Tang. It's 9 members. So Ghostface is not even on all the songs. So for him to make a solo album, being in a non-MC group, like, it's him making a solo album just gives him a chance to showcase his skills a little bit more. So to answer your question, no, there's no. I wouldn't think of Ghostface as the same without his solo album. Because he produced great works like Iron Man and Supreme Clientele.
And Andre gave us Pink and Blue.
Can I ask Blast a question real quick?
What is your honest?
What's up, Blast?
Do you think your list and your pub for Andre 3000 is like a slap in the face to Scarface? Like, he's putting the work to be in your top 5, bro. He's a Southern cat with lyrics, with stories, with classic albums in a group and by himself. And you think to just be like your career kind of doesn't matter because Andre can spit bars a little bit better than you or whatever you think, like that's kind of like a slap in the face, bro.
No. T.I. ain't been with us since Paper Trail. No, I'm answering your question. I'm answering.
Start doing some tip slanders. I'm gonna start tossing some tables. That's my boy.
Go ahead, Blast. Go ahead, Blast.
I'm asking you a question. One, like I ride with Scarface. I'm a Scarface fan, but like the reason it's my list is based off of my preference and what I look for in an artist. What I look for in an artist when I listen to music, Scarface is not like he's not up there to me like 3 Stacks. Like Scarface, like I like wordplay. Like Andre, J, Nas are like the 3 artists who, like, when I hear it, I gotta hear it again because like his wordplay is like so tricky, so spectacular. And give it like I'm a huge Organized Noise fan too, so it's a lot that goes into why I put 3 Stacks up there.
Oh man, I hate Organized Noise.
You know, I about to say I thought I was the only one. That's why I don't like
No.
I'm Blast, you my man.
Look in the middle.
I'm a beat guy, dog. Organized Noise does not do it for me. That's one reason I don't really like Outkast.
What?
The production I don't like.
Thank you.
The production is dope. Did you like the production on the Pimp a Butterfly?
Nope.
Cause it sound like some Organized Noise stuff.
Yeah, we having a whole different conversation. Let's go Public Enemy #1 here, okay?
Which is 3 Stacks.
which is 3 Stacks, right? Because I love Organized Noise. But let's pick the 3 Stacks. So my question is, okay. Here's the thing. So a lot of times these debates, it kind of gets fuzzy in terms of like what do you mean by the greatest, right? Right. So you have 2 different lists. You have a favorites list. You have a greatest list, right? A favorites list really can't be debated as much because it's whatever your preference is, right? When you talk about greatest, that's stuff. Your bias gonna kind of come into that, but you also look at their overall work. Like I can say, like Tupac isn't one necessarily somebody I listen to every day, right? But I would be fool to say he shouldn't be in a top 10 greatest to do it, based upon his body of work and his talent and his impact, all these different things as far as the criteria, right? So when I look at Andre 3000, I'm like, I can see why he would make somebody's favorites list, but to be the 10 greatest, when you have all these guys who did it all themselves with all this weight for all these people, like it's just hard for me to do that because Andre has placed himself out of it. Like I want to, like if it was just off lyricism, I would want to. But Andre decided one day that he didn't want to rock with us.
That's like Barry Sanders.
But let me can I say something?
No. In the words of Andre 3000 on Sorry on T.I.'s album, F if we did, but I hope we didn't lose no fans from it. That's his own words.
Let me say something. Let me say something.
No. Y'all would have posted bars, but y'all would have posted that in the group. Y'all would have copied it.
Let me say something.
Chad,
give me bars in the group, but you don't want to post the lyric we talking about F the fans. F if we did, hope we didn't lose no fans from it. Oh well, sorry for F up the tour, Big Boy. Sorry for feeding your family. I want to act. I want to go to Europe and run around. You know what I'm saying?
And think about this too, like even Blast as a fan of 3 Stacks, even your rationale for every other artist is like kind of funny. Like we just talked about T.I. for 5 seconds, and your first statement was he ain't put out nothing good since Paper Trail. That's like 5 albums in. Like you knocking him 5 albums later, but it's good to not.
No.
If he
let me say something. Can I say something? Let me say something.
Wait, let Chad get on.
I don't want to talk about T.I., man. That's another thing.
Yeah, let's be clear.
Let's leave T.I. out of this. But what I want to say, it's not like we have nothing. We don't have any material to go off of when we're basing when we're talking about Andre 3000. I mean, look how many Outkast albums there are. Look how many features he's got. So there is material on this guy. And if you put,
he does one feature every 3 years.
If you put all the, I mean, we got Southern playlist of Cadillac music. We got ATLians. We got Aquemini. We got Stank on You. We got The Love Below. We got all this material. We got all this material, but he's on there. He's part of the group. He's rapping on every song. So how can you just say Outkast? It's Andre 3000 too. Like he's a part of the group.
Okay, Drew. Okay, I'm getting Drew. I got a question. I'm going to Erica. Drew, were you about to say something?
I mean, I think the feature thing is even over at this point. Because how often is he on features? Like he's on the Badu joint. What was the last feature before that?
Was it I Do or 16 is one of the two?
16. I think 16 ain't enough. Was that one? That was like
They
2
came
years
out. They
ago.
came out. They came
Yeah,
out
it's
after.
like once every 2-3 years.
He just recently did a feature on Future, not Future's last album, but the one with
Vince
Move
Prince.
That Dope.
Yeah, that would be what I would use for this.
Because all his features
what
not
was
even
that,
that
Honest?
popping. If we being honest, all his features are not even that popping.
I walk it out. I walk it
No,
out.
Kanye out-rapped him on Deuces. I like Kanye verse better than Andre's verse.
Unless you never have to.
But you tripping on that.
And think about this though.
The Everybody joint when it was Kanye, Dre, and Farnsworth Bentley. To me, that was his best feature.
Everybody.
Everybody was crazy.
Now think about this. I love Andre, and I'm not a huge Lil Wayne fan. But if I just took Lil Wayne features and certain tracks from his
that's
mixtape,
features.
then all of a sudden,
Wayne's features.
just pull one Wayne verse every here and there, and just put like 30 Wayne verses together and leave everything else out. Well, now we're gonna start having a conversation about how high Lil Wayne is up in the list. And put it like if you just can pull verses from here and there, then all of a sudden he gonna shoot way up the charts. If you could just leave the main verses out of it, like that's the power of just pulling the verse out of it. I might take a couple of Joe, but like it's all kind of guys that just have a whole bunch of really great verses on a song. But
what y'all forgetting about hip hop is primarily about competition. Is this artist better than this artist when they rap? So when they do, when Andre 3000 does get on the mic, it ain't too many MCs better than him. And you could cut all that Ghostface Killer and all that other bullshit out of it. Because Andre 3000, when he on the microphone, ain't nobody spitting hotter than him but like 2 or 3 people. And that's Nas, Jay-Z, and Big, and probably M. Ain't nobody else touching Andre on the mic.
Take that chest out. Okay, let me ask you a question, Chad. Let me ask you a freaking question right now.
Go ahead.
I swear I forgot it. No, you basically tell me right now. Okay, we talk about these Outkast right now, right? You name all the Outkast albums. You're telling me right now, in good faith, that every song, Outkast song, Andre always has a better verse. He was always the first. You just said every time he's on the mic, he's better than everybody except for 2 people. He was always better than Big Boi? Always?
No, just majority of the time.
90% of the time. 90% of the time.
So that means Big Boi's top 5. He's only 2 people. So people got to be one of those 2 people, right?
No, that's
okay. Let me speak.
Only 2 people are usually better than Andre.
Let me speak.
Go ahead.
I heard a horse from the Bravehearts outrhyme Nas on Uchiwali. So you can't. Sometimes somebody beat you. Sometimes somebody get you.
Jungle had the best verse on there.
That was one time, okay? One time. It wasn't consistently. It wasn't our Grammy-nominated album. You know what I mean?
I asked Chad in the group like a week ago. I said if Andre 3000 was a 10, what is Big Boi? You said like an 8.5 or a 9.
Yeah, Big Boi's dope.
But now you're talking about he outraps him 90% of the time. That don't equate. Like you don't outrap somebody 90% of the time if they're like a 1.5 better than you. Like when people start picking for Andre, the stuff starts becoming a lot weird when they start saying stuff like he just outraps. Like every time he would outrap like Big L, Big Pun, Kendrick, like he just give it to them 90% of the time. Paul's like, no, he's not, bro. Like, and he got it, but let's not exaggerate it to try to pad his resume. Like we start to exaggerate lyricism to pad his resume.
Jay-Z's been shooting 3s the whole time. Andre does alley-oops his whole entire career.
Yep.
Man.
The whole time.
And then get subbed in and out.
He's been hurt, injured reserve,
he's Jamal Crawford.
There. You know what I'm saying? Like
he got 50 on 3 different teams.
No, he's like, what are we talking? It's like celebrity basketball. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, y'all love Andre that much? What did he do? Did he speak to school when you were little? Did he volunteer? What did he do?
Andre did the same thing. Like whatever Badu did to Andre's done to his fans.
that's a lot and a half. Like, I have my own mindset, and I can think for myself. He's one of the, like, he is one of the first artists that I heard.
Hey, she got Common too, so.
And Common came back. Common came back too. He bounced back with another one with B. It was hard.
I just like wish Andre would just drop a solo album to shut up all the critics. But I wish the rap group Little Brother got back together. I mean, certain shit just ain't gonna happen. Certain things just ain't gonna happen.
So here's what I can't account for. I want to ask.
This is a family show, my bad.
I want to ask Blast and Chad this because this is something I can't account for. Like growing up, I'm assuming you guys grew up on Cast. Like did you like feel early on like it was like Andre was that? Because I felt like as somebody from the West, it was a later thing, like 2000 when we started doing the features and people felt like there was a difference. I didn't hear a whole lot early on from the general consensus. Like it was like Outkast is dope. I didn't hear a whole lot of people early on talking about like now if you grew up back in the day in all your neighborhoods in the South, Andre was always that dude, and then a love just confirmed it for you guys. I'm good. But you guys kind of like.
I can only speak for me. Like, all right, so 94 Southern Playalistic drop, right? He was on like some straight Southwest Atlanta. Besides Get Up and Get Out, so he started like he had a few conscious verses, but him and Big Boi still talking about like crumbling urban things of the streets. ATLs, like he started to get a little bit more eclectic, and he started to expand his vocabulary a little bit more. And then I started to rock with him. It was probably until like Aquemini, like I've been rocking 3 Stacks since because I liked Outkast, but Aquemini when I heard Return of the G and like how they was coming at that man because he did it by doing he was wearing wigs and tights and all these like flamboyant things. And he just wrote that whole album out. And then, like, he was the brainchild behind Liberation. So, like, it just kind of, that's what did it for me. And that was, like, 98. I think what Stankonia came out in 2000.
Yeah. Yeah, that's similar to, like, what I came from with it. Because when Outkast first dropped, like, Southern Playalistic, to me, it was just dope. Like, it was 94. I was 10 years old, but I just knew it was something special about the group. So I rocked with it. And then when AT Aliens came out, it was like I lived in Georgia, so it was probably one of the biggest albums, like rap. It was putting our state on the map. So everybody was rocking with Outkast. Like I went to school with a couple of cats that were rocking the genie hats, like Andre had on the album cover. And they had that little.
I wouldn't admit that on camera.
And they had the AT Aliens little comic book, and we was reading that, and everybody was following it. And like even on like songs on that album, like the one where Big Boi came on the mic saying he colored in the polar bear's toenails, like it was even then. I felt like it started. I felt like the separation started occurring on Aquemini, like Blast said.
I was going to ask you, what album did you say, wow, this group is great, but that Andre, he's going to be a top 2 great.
For me, it was Aquemini. Like Dre had a verse like on Decatur song on ATLNs that was dope that day. But like for me, it was truly
Decatur song was super dope.
Yeah. Like to me, it was Aquemini though. Like that's when the separation, and a lot of it, like I like 3 Stacks, but I think I don't want to contradict myself because I'm a huge 3 Stacks fan. But I think 3 Stacks gets a lot of, I can say passes, or he gets put on a pedestal more than Big Boi because he's so eclectic.
Yeah, that's
like he's so outside the box, and he's so creative. Like he's an artist. He plays instruments.
He could be because Big Boi was like the straight, narrow street guy. Like if he was just by himself, like this is my theory. If Big Boi was by himself, there is a chance he could have still been talked about. Yeah. If Andre did that stuff by himself, there's a big chance he would have been laughed at.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it a buck.
That could be true.
Think about the
balance. It was
think about the reception of the Love Below.
You'd have still been a dope lyricist. You'd have still been a dope lyricist. He was still been dope, but people would have listened to it because he was too eccentric. But because he was with Big Boi, okay, well, Big Boi, he's sweet dude. He rocking with him. He must be cool. Let's just rock. Let's let him rock. He's like the artist kid in school, that you don't mess with because he hangs out with the tough guys.
No, but like when Dre came in on Southern Playalistic, him and Big Boi had the same type style, so like he was wearing Atlanta.
But,
did.
but nobody was listening to them then if you weren't from the South. That they wasn't even you know what I mean? They didn't pop. I mean, they didn't pop.
So y'all don't like so y'all want to rock with players ball. Y'all want to listen to players ball.
No, I'm not saying us. I'm not saying us. I'm saying the rest of the country wasn't really rocking. They weren't smashed out the gate. Like it took them 2 albums to come on. Rosa Parks was there.
I'm not saying
It took elevators.
Here's what part of what Walt's saying is like I think about all the dope cats in the game now that kind of didn't get that jump start, you know, like the Royce the 5'9" and like that whole group, right? Like so the Love Below is kind of part of what people consider his solo effort. That's not received the same without the success of Outkast. And the success of Outkast depends on a group package. Like you go into the label and they package that as a group, and it's part of them playing off of each other. So it's hard to separate. But what I'm saying is the skills are there, but it's hard to separate because maybe if Royce the 5'9" was in a group with Eminem from day one, Royce the 5'9" and Emma both talked about as great lyricists because you package that together and he gets to have that fame alongside of him. So it's hard to separate. It's hard to ride the bus to the championship, and then you have a great game in the championship and say, well, the whole season was on me. No, because the team got you to the championship, you had that standout game. So we can't discount, and I don't know how the creativity was distributed in the albums to say who was doing the hooks and who had the concepts for the albums. I can't just give that to Andre because Big Boi seems very creative.
I got a theory. But I'm not gonna burst any dreams tonight. But I have a big theory. But
to me though, I think the world, like the whole nation, started paying attention to Outkast movement. Like me being a Wu-Tang fan and just like being a fan of hip hop and just like talking to other cats that were like hip hop heads. To me, like when the world caught on is when Outkast was on the song featuring Raekwon.
The shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah, skewed on the Barbie. And they was spitting. And they was spitting with Ray, and Ray had one of the Ray's verse was hot, but Big Boi and Andre like held their own, and some would say Andre had the best verse on the song over Raekwon and them, and to me that's when they kind of took off. Like the world started acknowledging like 3000 as like this great MC, and they were looking forward to like his music.
And
at that point
video too, because in the video they were like all on stage. And if I remember, I didn't like they were, Ray and Dre look how they look, but Andre had on like a white wig on or something like that in that video, like on the stage, like so he made himself like, even though he
was dressed weird. That was the criminal. Yeah, that's when the weirdness came out with the umpire uniform and
I wonder if Big Boi, if he would have been the one to dress weird, or if both of them would have dressed weird, that would be a whole different conversation. Like I wonder if Big Boi would have also wore a wig too, or if Big Boi was the person wearing the wig or whatever, that he would be talked about more. I wondered that.
Or if Big Boi just wasn't as charismatic as Andre. He just didn't have that.
I wouldn't even say that.
He was witty.
He was like, if you listen to Speaker Box, right? The way you move, even from that joint on, that blasting, don't blasting, that whole thing, even a little shot. Went to a little acting, that was a little shot. Y'all ain't catch the little sneak shot.
Even with the movies thing is crazy too, because Big Boi, I think, man, like seriously, Big Boi did a great job in ATL.
Yeah, he did.
So did.
He
watched ATL, like there's certain parts he be like, dog, he really about this action. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he was like he really sold that character. Like he was very dope. Like it wasn't like a comedic role. It was a serious role. That movie was terrible though.
You know something that broke my heart? Hold up, y'all. You know something that broke my heart, man? Let me tell you a quick story real quick. Let me tell you a story about why I have an issue. So a couple of years ago, Big Boi was promoting, I think it was like a mixtape project, something that he had coming out, whatever, little project work. And he put Andre 3000, a verse Andre 3000 that did together. Matter of fact, Andre 3000 did a verse on somebody's song. Big Boi recorded a verse and put it together and just threw it out there. Like, just added his verse to it or whatever. Andre 3000 publicly makes a statement saying that they did not do that together. He did not have any involvement with it. There is no Outkast reunion coming. So that to me was kind of really disheartening because I felt like to me, Andre 1000 was trying to make it crystal clear that whatever the fans want, you're not gonna get the person who helped me become the way I am. Like it was just so like uppity, standoffish, especially when you haven't been giving back to the culture. Was like whenever you want to. You know what I mean? I just feel it's unfair. I feel like Andre 1000 is so dope. His potential to be great is so there. But sometimes I really feel like he feels like he's doing us a favor. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna give you what I give you, and because I'm not here often, you're gonna appreciate it. And if we fall for it, because it's mysterious, it's mystique, and we never see him, you never hear from him.
Saying 30 hours is enough.
Right. He's not on social media, but then we take away from the credit from the guys who's been here every night, every week, giving you album after album, classic after classic, feature after feature. We're up here comparing Andre 1000 to the effing Jay-Z, who put cats in the game, who's still rhyming good, who's doing all these different things, and somehow Andre 1000 by himself is in a class with Jay-Z, with Nas. Like, with Eminem? That's crazy.
Another thing too is like people, and I don't do a lot of research on Andre, so maybe fans that research him know more about how he thinks. But people are just talking about, well, there are things that are so much bigger than him and so much more important and things like that. That's why, and I'm listening to Elevators, and he's like, we're making the crowd move, we ain't making no cheese, and that ain't no point. Like he was talking earlier, like forget making the crowd move, we ain't making no money. He was talking about making money earlier, like that was the goal. And now he's big, and it's like, oh, Andre doesn't care about money. He has bigger things to do with it. Like which one is it? Is it Black Girl? My fault, dude. But I'm a big kid.
That was 20 years ago, Deshaunus. That was 1996.
But I'm saying, did he care about money and making a statement on his career, or did he not? If he did care about it at some point,
something changed to do.
For me, go ahead, Chad.
To me, Andre 3000 is an enigma. Like, I'm a fan of his music, but when it comes to his personal life or his personality, I know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to read the articles and stuff, like them turning down the Super Bowl halftime show because he didn't want to do it, and like I felt like that could have been big for them.
They didn't turn it down.
I turned it down. They didn't. Nobody just asked for Andre solo though. No, they want Outkast.
Right, and he's the person that makes all the decisions, because if he doesn't do it, they don't get booked.
Because he doesn't do it. Big Boi can't do it.
Because they're a group. Andre can't do it either. But he's the one turning it down.
Andre probably has ruined a lot of opportunities for Big Boi. I will say that.
He said it. And so we take off credit. When you're the greatest, and don't leave money on the table. When you're the greatest, you don't leave that much money on the table.
You don't. But that's why he's an enigma, though. Like, maybe money doesn't motivate him. What is his motivation?
No, he had a Cartoon Network. That made money. Was that for free? Huh? Was that
See, for me, as a person that honestly, I like Drew said, I never liked Outkast. I never was into him at all. I just didn't like him. So, you know what I mean? So I went back and I listened, and, you know, Outkast, and I see, okay, Outkast is a great group. I see why maybe they're a top 5 group. But then Andre is like, so are we saying he's hot just because of some features? Like, you know what? And then I feel like with the features, people just be hyped, like Walter said, because he showed up. And all his features, he didn't even kill.
Yay! He can still rap. Yay! He's playing the guitar. He said 30 hours. Wait. You talking about the 6 ain't enough, right? The solo? He's playing the banjo.
He don't have a body of work, though.
He said what? What did you say, Blast?
He doesn't have a dope body of work, regardless if it's with somebody or it's not. If you take his bars line by line, like, he has a dope body of work.
Regardless
of who he's, I don't care who he's rapping with. He could be rapping with Jesus. He has a dope body of work.
No, but that word is by Blast. So, okay, so my last question tonight, I'm gonna go around the room. Big Boi. Okay, if Andre 1000 is this all-time, and again, people, Andre 1000 is super nice, super dope. If he's a top 10 great MC, and all we have to show for it is his work with Outkast for the most part. Where does that leave Big Boi? Where does it leave him? Is he top 10?
Big Boy's in my second. Big. He didn't come to me last, but like. It's like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. It's like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen.
Oh my God, he called him Pippen. Oh my God.
I agree. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. Yeah.
You would.
They go together. But when Outkast get together and do a song, though, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. They're the yin and yang to each other. I think a solo album, because when I hear Big Boi's albums, even though they were dope solo projects, like the Chico Dusty and the other ones, they were dope, but I just felt like it was something missing. Like,
What's
you know, and it was Andre. Exactly, that's what was missing. So.
Too bad we can't compare our albums from Andre, though. We can't compare our albums. We can't compare albums.
Andre has like a hypnotized. I don't know what he did to you guys down there in the Georgia area. I don't know what he did, but he bamboozled you guys.
I compared it to Harlem Heat. Like I'm an old school wrestling fan. I compared it to Harlem Heat. Like Andre is Booker T.
I put that reference. in the group, by the way. I put that reference in the group.
Oh, don't say Big Boi is Stevie Ray. Nah, man, that's disrespectful.
Like Harlem Heat, they gonna win the championships.
Okay, thank you, Blast. I used to watch wrestling too. I'm glad you used that as an example. So since they're Harlem Heat, is Harlem Heat up there with The Rock and Stone Cold and Undertaker and Sting and all of them? They're there?
And Bret Hart.
I
think Booker T did get a push one. I think he did have the belt for a little bit.
A little bit.
Oh my God!
This conversation is going left. Yo, but if you are going to compare Outkast to a tag team, it's going to be the Road Warriors.
Stop it.
It's going to be the Road Warriors.
Stop it.
The Road Warriors are up there with Sting and those guys. The Road Warriors are.
No, they're not.
They're the Rocket
Yes, they are, man.
No, they're the Rocket
How can animals?
No, they're the
Sting
Rocket
is
Connection.
not
They're the Brothers of Destruction. They're the Steiner Brothers. I would say Steiner Brothers. Like, don't do that. Come on. Don't do that. Whatever. Get off that. Because people ain't on the wrestling like that. Okay. So, right. That's a whole other conversation. But Outkast is like the Steiner Brothers. No, not Forrest. No. The shot is, man. Okay, so we'll go around the room, man. Any last words on this whole Andre 2000 thing, man? What are your last thoughts, man?
Yeah, man. I think at the end of the day, man, you gotta. Andre is okay when you talk about how great he is by himself, right? Like, so when people are talking about Andre is dope, Andre is amazing, I think I'm fine with that conversation. Then when you say Andre is greater than, or Andre, like, that's when it starts to get a little tricky. We can talk about Andre all day and his greatness, but man, to pull him from the group and to put him on a pedestal is fine until you start to compare him to individual artists. I think it's a lot more fair to compare him to other folks, but I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's so hard. It's so many people with individual resumes, and those people from the group that had, like, you talk about Eminem's list: Reggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie. Andre from Outkast, Jadakiss, and Corrupt. Some people feel Corruption was a great album, and he has a dog pound, and he's in one of the lyricists too. Like, it's so many people on that list that you can take as far as a body of work that can compare to Andre. It's difficult to make a case for him as an overall artist. Yep. You're just talking about lyricists. If you just say top 5 or top 10, it's a lot different discussion. But in order to be on a greatest list, you have to have a body of work. That's different from being on a favorite list or a lyricist list. A great artist list, which people try to put him on, is a lot more difficult to be on because it's a lot of albums out there we've been listening to.
I disagree with that, but that was your thought. Deshaun is you, my man.
Stay classy, Chad.
Yeah.
Chad, why we don't get the calm chat in the group?
But
I said, why we don't get the calm chat in the group?
Let me tell you why I disagree with that, though, Deshaun.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my God. Go ahead, Chad. Chad, these are your last words, so choose them all wisely.
Okay, all right. This is my last words and a rebuttal to Deshaun's last words. But like, Deshaun is, he said, you can compare, like, he has to have that body of work. I feel like the Outkast work is considered his body of work. And to me, when I hear Andre rhyme, when I hear him rhyme, as far as the MC goes, I feel like that he deserves to be in the top 10 because those guys that I would put come behind him like Corrupt and all those, I respect what they did in putting out albums, but when they get on the microphone or there's a verse or a feature, we know that Andre's verse is going to be better than theirs, and that's why he deserves to be in the top 10. It's MCing, like, you know what I'm saying? It's MCing.
Do we really know that?
That's all I'm saying.
Sure? You know that for sure? Really?
So-
It's boring. Really?
So if I feel like Kendrick Lamar is better than Andre 3000, is that okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
It can't be because it's so mysterious. It's mysterious. It's a savor every word. You don't know if he's gonna rap again. You don't know. It could be the same first ever. You don't know.
We also don't know how Kendrick would rap it or in 3,000.
The Sean is, if you feel like Kendrick Lamar could go in the studio and write a song and have a verse hotter than 3,000, if 3,000 wrote that same, like, did a song as well, like, they get on the same beat, who gonna have the best verse for that beat? And you feel like Kendrick would do that 9 times or more times out of 10 than Andre, then you can put him ahead of him. But
this is my last piece, Walker. But what I think is, like, rap has a lot of dope verses. Like I take Slaughterhouse. You can take a lot of individual verses from Slaughterhouse and put them with anybody. But why Slaughterhouse is not on that list is because they didn't do it consistently, or they couldn't get in the studio by themselves and create a great body of work. And I'm not diminishing Andre and saying that he's Slaughterhouse level. I'm just saying that's the range of Andre where you can talk about he can be top 5 to somebody and say, okay, here's his greatness. But you can also have an extreme Andre hater to say he's not better than anybody in my top 30 because here are the reasons why. Like, you can take 30 Andre verses and you can go take somebody else who raps. Like, you can take Fabulous and take 30 Fabulous verses and they can be really great. Like, I'm just saying, like, a rap.
It ain't gonna be on 3 Stacks level.
Yeah, well, we can only assume that because we don't.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Because it's so mysterious, Eric. Everything's so mysterious.
By the way, I love Slaughterhouse. Shout out to Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
So besides him,
Wait, Blast. Okay, what Blast. Last words, Blast.
Oh, he
get
froze
my
up.
thoughts together. No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Call Big Boi when you freeze up.
Like, I don't think it's fair that the man is penalized because he doesn't have, like, solo work. If you look at everything else, the man is a beast.
Everything
And
else.
I can give you the fact that he has a body.
Where are those? Where are those?
It might not be what you consider, like, your definition of a body of work. The man has a body of work. You can go from Southern Playalistic all the way to Idlewild and every verse that he's done in between. Like, the man has a body of work.
Mario was fire, though.
So we just
His verse of Mario was fire. His Mario was fire. He's fire,
Return of the G, like,
okay.
International Player.
Art of Storytelling, Part 4, like, once you read,
His verse on Royal Flush.
So we just count verses. That's how you a great rapper now. As long as you can push out hot verses, that's it. That's all you need to do.
And 16, no.
That's all you need. Hot 16.
I had 16. That's it. That's all you need to do.
But guess what?
Hip hop is about dope beats, dope rhymes. Whatever else you want.
But guess what? When 16 ain't enough.
Good question. Hey, Chad. Is
The verse was dope, though, Walter.
Is Andre 3000 better than Lupe Fiasco, Chad?
Oh.
All right, we wrap it up.
So we're getting personal
now. No, he's not. No, he's not touching Lupe, man. Lupe's pen is like crazy. He's not. No.
It's a lot too. All right.
That 2 to 3 is getting longer.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Erica, any last words, Erica?
Yeah, man. Like I said, you know, I'm coming from a pure a point of view where I really just, cause like I said, I never liked Outkast, so by Blast. I listened to Blast's playlist on Apple iMusic. I listened to Apple Music, and I was impressed. I was like, oh wow, you know what? I see how Outkast. I see why they're a great group. Man, talented. Woo! Right? But I didn't say, oh man, I see why Andre is so legendary now. I see why people are, because I mean, like y'all said earlier, let's keep it a buck. If we talk about features, I feel like Lil Wayne has killed more features than Andre. So like,
He's
what
been in 2 million. So the law of large averages.
What are we
He's been in 2
doing?
million features. That's the law
What
of
are we
large
doing?
averages.
The law
Word.
lack of material.
Busta Rhymes, longer too.
How many verses Cole is killed though?
But why are we talking about Cole?
Why do
He better stay away from Royce. He better not respond to Royce.
But this doesn't. Yo, Cole could take him.
If he respond to Royce, it's over.
Cole could take him. Cole could take him. I got faith.
No. Chad's in the debate team. He knows that he's steering things off topic. Like,
What Cole did on the Land of the Snakes was better than Andre's verse on the original version.
Oh no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Did you say this, Sean? I didn't hear you.
I said what J. Cole did on the Land of the Snakes was better than Andre's verse on the original version.
I'm gonna call him Outlast. Get your new name, Outlast. Outlast. That's his new name. Outlast. Andre from Outlast. True. Any last words, man, on this whole Andre 3000 nonsense, man?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not that I don't even not like Outkast. I mean, I just do not know my speed really, but I always have respect for him. I respect what Andre does. I know he's super dope. It's just, to me, it's just a simple principle when I think of the best MCs of all time, and I'm listing them. We're going off their solo records, and that's just pretty much it. Like, it's really that simple for me. It's not nothing about, how talented I think Andre. We can all agree that he's very dope, but like my brother made a comment. He's in the group, Trevor, and he made a point. We were talking about this the other day. That, coming up with album concepts and stuff like that on your own and doing all that and carrying that is a big part of putting these records together. And that's something we haven't seen done. He did it on Love Below, but that wasn't a rap album. You know what I'm saying? And, to build up to, write all those verses and put it all together. I mean, it's a whole process. And to do that over and over again, like Eminem has done, or Nas, or, other artists like we talked about earlier, to me, puts them above him. And I'm not into artists holding me hostage. I stopped waiting for Detox after 2004. I didn't care about Detox anymore. It was a pleasant surprise getting Compton, but I was so over that. J Electronica is not holding me off of the Exhibit C. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, it's like, once you start doing all that, man, I don't care no more, dog. Like, you're not that ill. Like, the only person ever who could do that, he died June 25th, 2009. Like, he can hold me for a couple years without making an album. If you're not him, I'm just you. When you come out, you come out. You know what I'm saying? So
talking about Michael Jackson?
Yeah. He's the only artist who can come out once every 5-6 years and be okay. If you ain't him, I don't really care.
Sad. MJ got more rap records by himself than Andre 3000.
Absolutely.
Man, come on, Walt. You trolling, brother.
Nah, Mike has one rap record. Money on history, man. Money, Mike was spitting.
Walter the greatest troll of all time, man.
I'll tell you right now, I am Warhol. I am Walt Disney. Now, who's going to say it was the Medici family and let me create more?
Yes, Mark Parker, I will take a
ain't no hold up. Ain't no hold up. If you let me talk, let me talk. No, if you let me talk, let me talk. All right, so everybody hit the last words. Okay, cool, yeah. So, everybody out there, again, Andre 3000 is dope. We know this. At one point, he was on my top 10 list, but I had to grow up, had to take the tooth away under my pillow, stop waiting for the Easter Bunny. There's no Santa Claus. There's no Andre 3000. You know what I'm saying? But Andre 3000 is dope. If they were like, you know what, a song's coming out tomorrow, Andre 3000 has a verse, I'll be one of the first people to run and listen to it. However, I would do that. I'm admitting it. I can name every feature. He kills it. It kills it. But I just don't think that is enough to put him on a top 10 list if you're not going to also include Big Boi. If you take away Big Boi, you take away Andre, you're a package. It's ketchup and mustard to me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say, hey, I get that hamburger with extra mustard. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get both. You know what I mean?
I don't like ketchup on my burgers, though.
Of course not. Of course not. And that's why 2000's on your list. All right. So give me some shout outs. Deshaun, any shout outs? Give me some shout outs.
Yeah, shout out to Big Boi, man. We need to do a whole episode on him.
Oh, man.
We need to do an episode on Big Boi and all his dope verses and his great acting and, you know, who's your caddy. Because Big Boi's a man. That's my guy. He was killing it.
Antoine Patton.
Antoine Patton, 916-3500. You know what it is.
Sir Lucius left foot. On the left. Because Andre was on the right. A right foot. Blast. Any shout outs, man? Shout out to Brand, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I got props. When you get a chance,
hold it up.
Go to www.slimross.com. It's legal dope.
Nice. Loving it. Erica, give you shout outs.
Yeah, no doubt. Of course, you know, you can find me _real E on Instagram, Twitter, and the Snap. Go follow me on Snap. Make sure you go listen to the Radio Fail. We had a Cure podcast on this episode. The next week we're gonna be on the Cure podcast next Wednesday. So go make sure you go check out the Radio Fail and go check out the Cure. It's exactly how it's spelled. The Radio Failed. Instagram, Twitter, the Cure podcast. Instagram, Twitter. So go check it out.
Fire, loving it. Chad, any last words, man?
I just want to shout out the YouTubers. I want everybody who watches this video on YouTube to leave a comment whether you think Andre's top 10 or not and why, and you know we'll chat it up on there.
It's funny. It's like the rap nerd lead says y'all trying to bum rush Chad and Blast. That's what it's on the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Joe H, Sean, Rap Nerd, Romel, Lyrical MC, Rock Johnson, Chimanaki. Well, I was lit in here. Joe H, that was lit. They all coming crazy here. I can't even read all the names. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, Drew, you some shout outs, man.
And thanks to everybody who watched the show tonight, who's gonna watch it later. Everybody, you know, all the great co-hosts. Well, I don't know how many times I want to bring this up at the end of the show. You already know what it is.
Nick Cannon.
You know what? Oh yeah, that's fire. That's fire. Next.
What was that? I didn't see it. Do it again.
Hold up again, Drew.
The MJ joint. What's Andre 3000?
And I got more.
Oh, that's dope.
I got more, and there's still more. These are just the ones that's near me. But so.
Stacks of MJ joints.
Yeah. Nick Cannon, you out of pocket. But you follow me on Twitter. Bricks is King. BRIXX is King. All my thoughts on everything is on there. And yeah, I love the show. 3 stacks are great, but yeah, drop that solo, man.
Drop it. Yeah. So shout out to you guys again. Still in London. I will actually be in Amsterdam next weekend. If you have some music, if you have some dope shows, live performances, any gigs, holla at your boy at WTucker at BMOC.TV or comments. Y'all be in Amsterdam on Saturday, and I'll leave around like Sunday night, something like that. But we still have the show, so we're going to get it cracking. So it's all good. So yeah, BMOC, if you want to check out more episodes, all you do is hit subscribe. If you love the show, go to the fan page, facebook.com/BMOCTV. If you hate the show, go to our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/BMOCTV. This is for everybody. Like us, go to the fan page. If you hate us, you want to diss us, go to the group. You know what I'm saying? You know,
don't be surprised if you get disbanded.
Oh, if you come in the group incorrect, you better be ready.
There's a lot of clapbacks.
Word. There's a lot of clapbacks in the group.
Catch the fade. Catch the fade. Catch the fade. Catch it. Catch the fade.
Chad, you still letting people in the group? Or you still in the kitchen?
Chad's still in the kitchen right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in the group. If you got a picture.
Chad up off that door, man.
Listen, if you have a picture of a fax machine on your desk, don't join the group. stage because there's a lot of people that can get styled on and stunted on, but we're not gonna do it today, right? Because we blessed and we moving forward. All right. So BMOC.TV, I'm BMOC. Peace.